Slow AF fabrication and fab and painting and stuff. We do painting, boom. Do welding and fabrication.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the driveway. Yeah, it's felt forever since we've been back out here working on the old street tractor. Now, the purpose of today's video, as you guys seen in the title, we're done with this guy right here. Now, I'm not saying that cooler is a bad cooler. For what it does, it did efficiently cool a lot better than stock. It's thicker, it does what it's supposed to do. But I am tired of going to the track, going rounds, and then when I get to having a round robin or, you know, get up there and hot lap the truck, transmission temperature's up to 190 degrees, and I'm throwing fans under the truck just to get it cooled down so I can make a hit. All right, so from the boys over at Derale, we've got a bit of a present for the old street tractor. Let's take a look. All right. So there you go, guys. Part number 15870. Look at that unit right there. Get the old decal out the way so you guys can see the thickness here. Good size core, mounts up, 12-volt fan. So we're going to go ahead and get this old girl installed, and we're going to show you through the wiring, how we're going to wire it. I'm going to wire it right off of key switch power, so as soon as I power the truck on, I want that fan going. We're pretty much going to end up putting it in the bed. I was trying to think about maybe putting it in the frame rail somewhere next to the transmission. Every idea I had just wasn't working out, so we're going to go ahead and start welding up some bracketry, and then we'll wire it, plumb it, and everything we can get today. We're waiting for some parts to come in from Summit, some more hoses and what have you, some more fittings coming in. So this is going to be kind of over a couple of days, so enjoy today's coverage, guys. Guys, so finished product so far, we got them both welded up at this point, and you know, grinder and paint for the welder I ain't. That's going to be our saying from here on out. Here at Slow AF Fabrication, it's nothing but the finest. So let's take a look at what we got going on. So here's the first one we got done all up, welded up, grind it down. We'll paint this, be ready to go. This old girl's still pretty hot, but got that ground down and looking halfway decent. These are actually cut fairly close to same length. So next we're going to go ahead and drill some pilot holes in here so we can go ahead and mount the old cooler on it. All right, so roughly about an hour has passed and we've made some progress, and we got it all temporarily mounted to see how it would line up, making sure that we're going to be right between the bed rails. So let's just take a look. All right, so you guys can see right there, that bracket right there fits right in the bed rail, and this guy right here within the bed rail. And again, we're going to have some modification here, but for the most part it'll hold in place. We're going to have our lines routed here, put some holes here, grommets, run the lines. We've already got, as you guys know how we do all our wiring around here, Deutsch connector there, going to go through the bottom of the floorboard there. And then boom, she'll be mounted right here. And if I could actually hold it in place here, we're on a downhill slope right now where my truck's at, so it's kind of hard to tell, but right now I think that will work. Boys, so next day, so we got all the brackets made up, and while we were at it, we did paint them. If you've seen me on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. We got it put into bed. I was in between welding it and if I was just going to just bolt it in place, and after talking to a lot of people, bolting it on seemed to be the best option. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so we got it all put in place. We're bolted down. Like I said, we painted the brackets and everything, and you know, if you hit me up on Instagram, you've already seen this. But yeah, Slow AF Fab. Got them custom brackets bolted in there. And some nice size body washers and some 8/8 hardware. Fits in there perfectly fine, right in between the bed rail flats. So it came out pretty decent. With the time we have left for today, we're going to go ahead and probably try to get it wired up. So again, we're going to wire it right to key switch power. So as soon as we turn the truck to the on position, fan's going to kick on. I'm not really worried about the winter time yet. Worst case scenario, just disconnect it and then connect it back up. It's all going to be Deutsch connectors anyway, so it's fairly easy to connect and reconnect, so it's not the end of the world. So on to the next part, wiring it. See you guys then. All right guys, here we are getting the completed harness set up here for the fan. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. All right, so starting right up top here, we got a Deutsch connector. We ran our harness there, going through a grommet, which I'll have the link for the Amazon grommet kit that I got there. Little 3M sided tape there, little connector pin there. All right, so back under the truck here. So we got the harness all loomed up there, right in between everything, and kind of ran it with my trailer harness connectors. And you guys can see there, in between the cab mounts, all the way down the frame rail, going into the engine. You guys can see it right in here. Comes up through there. Let me see if I can get a zoom in here. Right there. And runs right up here. I got it grounded because this is second gen. We have millions of grounds. All different colored wires too, because how we do it. Going back through the firewall here. Right there. And ran into a fusible link right here, and add a link right in there, which all the other ones I have. But you guys don't care about how that works, right? You just want to know, does it work? So, key on. There we go, boys. Key on. Fan's working. Right now, it is pulling air. Truck running. Still on, still functioning. All right, so now we're down to just getting this thing plumbed. I have 25 foot of 1/2-inch hose coming in, should be here by Tuesday. So again, we're doing this day by day based on how many parts and what we have available at the current moment. So on to the hopefully final day. A complete transcooler. All right guys, so here we are, the next to last day. So we got our lines in. That's awesome. We got all of our fittings. So I'll show you where we're at with it, and we're gonna have to make some manipulations and some alterations to the hoses so they don't become damaged going under the truck, obviously. So this is what we got so far. All right, so at the transcooler, we've got swivel 90 going to an AN barb -8. Talk to the guys at Derale. They do recommend on their barb fittings to go ahead and use a gator style hose clamp style. And how did we get it to this point? All right, so I wanted to do something nice, a little bit bougier than this, but this came into play, and this is probably going to work out the best for us. So 5-inch hole. Used a grommet to seal this off so we wouldn't rub and chafe the hoses. We're going to run a sleeve on these so they don't chafe. And nothing is tied down as of right now, but the hoses are going to run through there. They're going to go down the frame rail, behind the cab mount, and then on the other side of the frame rail. Focus. All right, so from the transfer case, they're going to run, again, nothing is tied down, boys. And then they're going to run right there into the transmission. Now again, until this thing is finalized, it's going to look loose, it's going to look sloppy, and I may actually cut some of the hose length off on either one of the ends. But that's pretty much where we're at with it. We'll finish up with getting everything kind of cinched down in place. Going to use numerous amounts of ties and straps and what have you. to put it in place so it doesn't move around, doesn't bust a hose going down track or in just normal driving. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys an update. All right, boys, last day. We got everything plumbed up, everything secured. Everything at this point, we're ready to rock. So let's go ahead and take a look at the final product and we'll go from there. Starting back at the core, we kind of went through everything already, but we've got a twin tie right here to hold these two together. Again, these are going to flop a little bit because of the swivel, but yet secured there. We gave ourselves a little bit of space, as you guys can see there, but we also used some sheathing, some hose sheathing, to go ahead and protect us, just so we're not rubbing anywhere in particular. Just an added protection on top of protection. So now under the truck, we've got one clamp here, got it to the cab mount. Then further on down the line here, we've got more sheathing to protect us from edges right here. Even though this has got a good sized gap, I just wanted to make sure that we were not going to touch and rub and hit anything. Going further down there, it's all secured the whole way down. We've got another clamp right there. All right, guys, so from here, from that one clamp all the way through, we've got our crossover. We've got more sheathing right here, and we've also got a cable tie holding it to the frame with a little push pin. All right, running it through here, we've got one more clamp, and then all the way back through there, you guys can see. Focus. All right, so we got another twin tie right there going right into the transmission. Now, slight adjustment's going to be needed for the supply side on the transmission. I'm not liking that. It's too close to the shift lever. So we're going to go ahead and make adjustments there. Right now, it's been kind of held in place with another twin tie. So that's where we're at with this. So we've already started it. Check for leaks. There's no leaks on it. All the lines holding up well. Actually got it up to temperature. Got the engine up to 180 degrees and transmission temperature was roughly about 80 sitting here. So I'm probably going to adjust the fan, probably going to switch it around from a pusher fan to a puller fan, and see if that doesn't change and see if we can still get the temperatures down. So we're going to go ahead and finish out the video there. That is the install, boys. The next video we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do some driving around and just to see what our normal cruising temperatures are, and we're going to compare it to the old Mishimoto one. So you guys do what you always do: like, share, subscribe, peep up the world. I'll see you guys in the next video.